Please note, this session is being recorded.
All right. Yeah. So as soon as you open Tableau, this is the first screen what you get here. Now on this screen right here, you have different options starting from file, then you have data, then you have server and help. So basically, file is a menu or drop down menu you can say here, which has several options related to the complete workbook. Or you can say, let's say you want to open new instance of Tableau workbook. This is the place wherein you can open as many new workbooks you want. You can open an existing workbook. You can hide the start page. In that case, you will not get this particular page if you want to do that. And paste is again similar. You can just copy something from other place and put it here. The repository location you can set for any of your workbook. Now what is repository location? Smriti, what is the use of this repository location?
Yeah, when we save something, then it gets stored in repository.
Right.
That is the
So
place where we save our code.
correct. So this is the default location where if you want, like whatever you save in the Tableau workbook or images or anything like data extract, anything you will save, it will go directly into this particular repository location and will get saved here. Now let me tell you, I mean, as soon as you install Tableau on your system, Tableau automatically creates a repository location. So I'll just show you. I'll just go into documents here. Sorry, first of all, C drive. Then you need to go to documents. And here you will see my Tableau repository. So this is the default folder which gets created as soon as you install Tableau on your system. If I click on it, you will see several other folders like bookmarks, connectors, data sources, extension, and many other folders. Now, primarily what we are going to look at here, um, like data sources, number one. So data sources, under this, you will find several other folders because on my system, I have, like I started from 2019 on this particular system, and then I have the current version of 2020.1. In each folder, Tableau, basically, if you are installing it today, you will get only one folder under this, under data sources. So that would be, if you're installing the latest one, you will get 2020.1. So both of you have Tableau on your system, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So inside of this folder, you can see this folder. This will be common across all the systems. EN, GB, and UU. This is the default language what Tableau uses. Then you will have these six files basically. So if you see here, let me just sort it out. Yeah. So you will find one EU Superstore. Then you have sample Superstore and one more. Okay, two other different data extracts. So earlier, and if you go for the old versions, you will find only this TDS file, .tds file. .tds, it means Tableau data source. Any file which has the extension of .tds, which means this is the Tableau data source file, right? But in the advanced versions like the 2020.1 or 2019, I think Tableau started providing another type of data extract, which is known as Hyper. Earlier, Hyper data type of extract was not there. If you go by Tableau theory, what they say, this Hyper data extract, you can see the file type. It's a data Tableau extract. The Tableau data extract, which has Hyper type, is kind of super fast. So when I say super fast, basically earlier whenever we were creating data extract, that was just a replica of your data which used to get stored into this particular folder. But this hyper extract, as per Tableau, they have did some kind of architecture design against this type of data extracts, and this is fast. So if you have huge data and you created an extract in terms of hyperfile, it will be faster, right? So in interviews, if somebody asks like which data extract will be faster, is it the previous one which has the extension of TDX or dot hyper? So obviously dot hyper is going to be faster, right? So out of this, we will be, for most of the practicals, I mean, generally what demo I will be taking here will be using this data source. But yeah, as we go into the practical side or implementation side, I will provide more data in terms of Excel sheets and other that we can use for different scenarios or implementation of different scenarios, right? Guys, feel free to ask any question any point of time as you come across. You can ping directly, or you can simply ask the question here. So
Sure.
yeah, I'll just go back. Okay, even coming to this, I mean, I directly started from Tableau Desktop. Do we know like what are the other products Tableau offers?
There is something called Tableau Prep, I know.
Yeah.
That is a data preparation tool from Tableau.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from this reporting.
Yep. What else?
Tableau product, Tableau Public.
Tableau Public. Yeah.
Yeah, the student person. The student. That is Tableau Desktop, I think.
Yeah. Studio is nothing. It's a desktop only. What are the other components in terms of product?
The Tableau Public server and Tableau Reader, online reader.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Tableau.
Yeah, but you were saying something.
No, he already said that. It's a Tableau Online.
Yep. So starting from this Tableau Desktop, right? First of all, Tableau Desktop, which is used by all the developers. If you want to create, any visualization, dashboard, storyboards, anything, you need Tableau Desktop. Now the thing comes like as soon as, let's say, you created your dashboard, you want to post it somewhere, right? So that other people can see it. For that, you have two options. Either you share this Tableau, packaged file with everyone. Uh, Guys, I'm getting an echo. Uh, Hello?
Hello?
Yep, I'm getting echo sound.
That I have muted actually. Whenever you are asking something, then only I am unmuting.
Okay. Fine. Okay. So, Tableau Desktop is for developer community. Whoever want to develop something on Tableau, they need to have Tableau Desktop. And then you have, apart from this, you have, let's say you want to share your Tableau Desktop or the, dashboard what you have created. You want to share it with everyone. For that, you have two options. First option is Tableau server, wherein you can publish your dashboard what you have created. You can push it to or publish to a particular server so that everyone can see it. Once you publish your dashboard, other people can just put a URL into their explorer and they can see your dashboard what you have created. Other way of sharing your dashboard with other people will be Tableau Reader. So Tableau Reader is another product which is provided by Tableau in order to see dashboards or reports created in Tableau Desktop. But yes, there are few limitations. Like it will be a file you need to send to all across. The people who don't have access to actual database, they will not be able to kind of navigate between different sheets, or they will not be able to kind of refresh some of the filters. So there are some limitations in Tableau Reader. So that's why Tableau Reader is not a appropriate solution in order to go for sharing your dashboards or reports. Then apart from server, so there is another thing which is similar to Tableau server is Tableau Online. Now Tableau Online gives you kind of capability to edit your dashboards online. You will not be able to create it from the scratch, but yes, you will be able to edit it. And the good thing is, like, this is cloud-based system. So whatever dashboards you create, whatever reports you create, you can just put it on Tableau online, and it is cloud-based. Basically, again, it's Tableau Cloud, wherein whatever dashboards you create or reports you create, you can publish and share it with anybody. So there is very, very similarity between Tableau online and Tableau servers, right? Uh, Now there are few companies who go for Tableau Cloud. There are few companies who go for on-prem solution. So when I say on-prem solution, basically companies like that their Tableau server should be located within their firewall and within their organization, right? So there are two things. Earlier, I mean, when this type of solution came in the market, whether it was cloud-based solution or other solutions which are public, there was a lot of issues related to data security. So that's why Tableau came up with this online concept, wherein they said you have two options. If you want, you can put all your dashboards and reports into Tableau online. That will be on Tableau Cloud. And the other option which you have, that you can put your dashboards and reports and data extract everything on Tableau server, which is deployed, published within your firewall, and it will utilize your hardware, right? So these two solutions or two mode of sharing your reports provided by Tableau, which is on-prem or cloud, right? So is it making
Yeah.
sense? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what we talked about: Tableau Reader, Tableau Desktop, Tableau Public, online, and then on-prem solution of Tableau Server. So these are the main products what Tableau offers. But yes, apart from this, for viewers, whatever reports or dashboards we create in Tableau Desktop right here in this tool, they can be viewed over Tableau, uh, on a normal system. When I say normal system, basically desktop or laptop or handheld devices like mobile, tab. You can see all these reports on those also. So we have, features which are kind of, responsive responsive in nature, which means whatever screen you are looking at, it can accommodate that format. So you might have heard about the responsive websites, right? You create a website. If you're looking at you are looking at mobile, it will have a different screen structure. If you look into laptop or desktop, it will have a different screen structure. For example, Facebook. If you open Facebook on your laptop, it will have a white page. But if you open the same Facebook, through Explorer on your mobile, it will auto adjust the page, and you will be able to see all the components, but in a different alignment, different arrangement, right? So that's the nature, or that's attribute is called responsiveness. So Tableau gives you features so that you can create responsive dashboards, and whatever screen you are looking at, you can change the look and feel and align the arrangements automatically. I'll come to that point once we'll be talking about dashboard. But yes, let's talk about this screen now here, which is open on my system. So yeah, apart from these features here, first menu is here. We have connect option. Under connect, it gives you n number of many number of data sources which we can connect to. So starting from file based system. Now, okay, just one question to everyone here. What are the major types of data sources? Let's say you want to connect your data. What are the different types of data sources?
Files, relational databases.
Mhm. Okay. Bio, I have just put you on mute, but are you able to unmute and maybe talk about it? Yeah.
I know Microsoft Excel.
Mm-hmm.
I know about Excel only.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So yeah, as Smriti said, there are primarily two type of data sources. One is file based, and another is kind of databases. I mean, what you said, but what I would say, it is kind of server. So file based data sources and server based data sources. So file based data sources means the data sources which are located somewhere. Either it is on your system. No, I would not say located, because server based will also be located somewhere. File based would be generally on the, either on your local system or on some shared drive, through which you can select a physical file and get your data. Now there are many limitations to file based systems, like many people cannot connect at the same time to that. Other thing would be, like, let's say multiple people are working on a file at the same time. It might hang, it might crash. Like, that is what happens if on one shared Excel sheet, let's say 2 or 3 people are working. Excel sheet will hang and it will be very slow. So there are many drawbacks with the file-based system. Now, when it comes to Tableau offers a file-based connectivity to these type of options, like Microsoft Excel being the one. Then text file, you can connect your Notepad text file, right? Tab file, delimited file, or CSV file. Then JSON file. So anybody who's coming from um, uh, development background, they will know that what JSON file is. Basically, it's a JavaScript object. Then you have Microsoft Access. It is again file-based system, because you need to keep that file or database file somewhere, either on the shared drive or on your local system. Though, if we compare Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Access, Access will be better because it's a kind of database only. Another would be PDF file. So earlier this option was not there, but yes, now Tableau offers you that you can read your PDF file also. So generally, let's say if you have data, you get some report extract from somewhere, it has a data in your PDF file, you can connect to that and you can work on that particular data. A spatial file. So a spatial file is basically, it's related to generally geographical attributes. So any file which has geographical data, or data related to different locations, it might have coordinates, it might have longitudinal and latitude information. So that kind of data you can have in a spatial file, right? It's related to some demographic. Then statistical files. So these files are basically the extract of your some statistical tools like SPSS or maybe SAS. So if you have that type of files, you can connect to those files also here. But yes, I'm not talking about server. I'm talking about files, what tab you can connect to. Then apart from this, if you go to more, okay, more is basically allows you to select few files from your system, and Tableau will see the feasibility whether it's able to kind of read the metadata of that file or not. In case Tableau can read the metadata, it will show you the results here. If it is not able to read, it will give you option like file is not recognized, something like that. So these are the options what Tableau offers in case of file-based connectivity. If I move towards server, Tableau provides many server type of connectivity. You can see here that we have clicked on more, as 5 option were already there, but as soon as I clicked on more, you can see the complete list here. All of these are related to your server, right? Now, one question here, right? One question to everyone. Microsoft Access, I said this is file-based system, right? It is database also. I can connect to Tableau or Microsoft Access, as a file-based location. But you might have seen that we do create ODBC connection with Microsoft Access, right?
Yeah.
But that ODBC is coming in terms of under server. So what is this? I mean, this anomaly. I want to understand. Can anybody explain?
Using Microsoft Access, we can connect to any relational database through ODBC connections. We can connect to any relational database, and we can fetch the data to populate the data in a Microsoft Excel or some supported tools.
Right.
Using that, we can do a reporting on Tableau. That's the time when we'll use let's say the data is already populated into a Microsoft Access file, then you can go for a file connection. But if we want to connect to the relational DB and populate the data, then I think we can go to server and establish a ODBC connection.
Right, right. So again, one more thing here to just add on, Smriti. So whether it is Excel or whether it is Access, right? Let's say you have one file which is located somewhere, right? Maybe on shared drive or on your system also. That is also will work. You can create connections, and you can create a ODBC connection on your system. Through that, you can access your data related to these files, whether it is text, Excel file or Access file. Through, you need not to touch that file. Just by using ODBC connection, you can access the data related to these file systems. All of these file systems don't support ODBC. Some of them do support ODBC, and whichever supports ODBC, you can connect them under server side also. But if they don't support ODBC, you will not be able to connect as a server. You will have to connect as a file system only. So that's a difference, right? It's not a much, bigger difference. It's a just the supportability. For example, Microsoft Access and Excel, they support ODBC connectivity. So without touching that file, you can access the data inside of those using ODBC, right? Yeah, that was the difference. Fine. Now, out of here, like Tableau Server, Action Matrix, Action Vector. So these are different other data sources provided by, like Amazon Athena. It's provided by AWS, Aurora, EMR, Hadoop Live. Similarly, like IBM products are there, Oracle products are there, SAP products are there. Microsoft, definitely it will be there. Then MongoDB, Google queries, Google ads. So there are a number of data sources which you can connect using Tableau, and you can do a direct reporting. Now, one question here, though, like IBM, Oracle, Google, SharePoint, SAP, Microsoft, these are, big organizations which provide databases, data sources through which, in which we can store our data. Now, my question is, why we are getting Tableau Server here? It doesn't provide any kind of data source or database. What is Tableau Server? Why Tableau Server is here?
I think this will be the Tableau cloud which Tableau provides.
Bio, any idea? In case you are speaking, you are on mute, Bio. Yeah,
No,
I was asking why we are getting Tableau Server here. It is not a database.
no idea.
All right, no problem. So yeah, Smriti, you also try to explain, but let me tell you that what exactly it is. We discuss like on Tableau Server, whether it is online or the cloud platform provided by Tableau. We can publish our workbooks or data extracts into online, right? So what happens once we create our some dashboard, there would be some data associated with that. So what we generally do, like let's say in my team there are 5 people, right? But I don't want all 5 to access the actual data source. Let's say my data is in SQL Server, but I don't want all 5 people to connect to this SQL Server, but I want them to work on same data and do the reporting. So what I would do, I will create a Tableau data source in desktop itself and publish only that data source connection to Tableau server. So once you will log in into Tableau server, you can see that there is a connection and data source already created, right? But if you would like to connect to, if you would like to see the data, you will not be able to see until unless you use your Tableau desktop and try to select this Tableau server. So once you select this Tableau server, you will be able to see all the Tableau data sources which are already deployed into Tableau server. So this is basically, in layman terms, I would say, this is the way or mechanism to deploy your data source connection on Tableau server. So it's a kind of connection which has been deployed on Tableau server, and you can provide the access to anybody. They can access data in Tableau using that Tableau connection. Hope this makes sense. Right. Let me know if you have any doubt. We can cover it again also.
So you say is a mechanism used to deploy
Data source.
data source on the server.
Right. So you are not giving direct access to any of the actual data source. You are just giving access to that connection so that all people can access data. You're securing your data, and you are reducing the traffic to this particular data source.
Now, in other words, it limits usage.
Yeah, it limits usage and it secures your data, because people will not directly access your Microsoft SQL server. They will they will connect to that connection.
Okay.
It is more on the security side, I would say. Traffic will eventually increase if people are connecting to that.
And we can connect to any number of data sources in the backend, right?
Yeah, we can.
Be it Microsoft SQL Server, be it Oracle. So it
Yeah,
solves that connection. Yeah.
right. Any of these data sources or servers which are here, you can connect to any of those.
So it's like a virtualization, data virtualization tool, you can say, where we are making the data available virtually, some other space, instead of
See,
giving access to the.
yes, when we will talk about extract, right? Data extract. It's a virtualization only. Like you are a kind of creating a replica of your data and putting it into Tableau server.
Oh,
Right. So anytime people connecting to that data extract will not be connecting to any of the actual data sources. What we will be doing, we will schedule some time so that we can refresh that particular extract, right? So that
yeah.
as soon as the new data comes in, or data extract get refreshed, we will have latest data in our reports. So that's a mechanism to reduce traffic as well as provide more security to your actual data sources.
Yeah.
Right. Now let me click on this icon once again. Yeah.
So just one question here. So
Yep.
the data will be physically present in Tableau server, or it is just a logical, it will just provide a logical path to access the data from the physical server,
No,
from the
So,
original.
there are both the things are there. If you are deploying only connection, right, data source,
Hmm.
in that case, it is a logical connection. Data will not
Okay,
be there, right? It is just
got
a
it.
connection which you have deployed. But if you have deployed data extract, it will be physical data located there,
Okay.
right? So both the things are possible. Okay. Now,
So for the physical data, we don't need to refresh it, right? Because it is anyway present physically when you are deploying a data extract.
no. So what it happens? Let's say you have a SQL server, right? It gets data. It has a transactional data, which is coming whenever somebody is using some application. Now, when we create extract, right? So extract gets data off till that time when we are creating it, right? After that, let's say I created
Okay.
extract.
Yeah.
After that, few more records are getting added into your database. So this extract will not have those records. In order to get the new records into your extract, you need to refresh your extract.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
So in order to refresh that, you have a mechanism like you can put incremental load, or you can refresh the complete data source. So those mechanisms are there, you can apply, and whenever you will refresh, you will get the complete data. right? So by doing so, let's say after you created the extract, there are 100 people who are looking into your report. So what would happen? Those 100 will not be touching your actual data source. They will be hitting only that extract. So by doing so, you are reducing the traffic coming to your database. Right.
Yes, Satya, clear.
Yeah.
So it is
All
just
right.
like a materialized view, you can say, right? Materialized.
Exactly. Yes. It's a view only. Okay. So other thing on this particular screen, if you see in this segment here under open, this place shows you all your recent, workbooks where you have worked on. So it shows you can directly open those workbooks from here. Then if you go down here, it is more samples. So these these workbooks are the workbooks which you have worked on, but this more samples are the samples provided by Tableau. So for beginners who are working very first time or who want to explore more, this is the good place to go through and explore, because you will see all the existing sample workbooks provided by Tableau. So for example, if I click here, it will open a workbook which I have not worked on. It's provided by Tableau. Tableau people might have worked. So they have connected to word indicator database or data source. Under that, they have some of the dimensions, they have measures, and they have created some of the reports here. And they have two dashboards created. For example, this one, business, then tourism, and they have few global indicators. So global indicator tab is okay. One more thing here. So over here, if you see, there are three type of over here we have three type of tabs. This is first. Then we have a tab. Yeah. So we have three type of tabs here. One is simple. You can see like economy. Then we have tourism. It has a different icon here. And then we have global indicator. It has a different icon here. So this, if you go to the structure of these tabs also, that will also be different. If I click on economy, you can see it's a flat sheet. So we call it a sheet in Tableau because it don't have any other options. If you go by this tab where you're getting a different icon, this is called dashboard. The difference between first one and this one is like this. On sheet, you can create only one chart. You cannot combine multiple charts here. However, in tourism, sorry, let me just repeat myself. On sheet, you cannot combine multiple sheets here, right? It's a though we have two different type of charts, it's basically not two different type of charts. We have just changed the shape. It's a similar type of chart but different representation. On tourism tab, it is it's a dashboard, and here we can combine multiple sheets. So we have here we have two sheets here, sorry, three sheets. One has this stacked bar graph, another one is a heat map, and this is also a heat map. So two heat maps and one stacked bar plots. Three sheets are there in this particular dashboard. If I go to the last one, it has a different icon. This is called storyboard. Now, if you see here at the top, you have button like structure. If you click on any particular button or tab, another sheet gets open. Right? Now you can see here, I have my individual sheets as well as I have my dashboards into storyboard. So which means in storyboard, you can get your individual sheets as well as your dashboards. But in dashboard, you cannot get storyboards. In dashboard, you cannot get other dashboard, right? In dashboard, you can get only sheets. You got the difference, right? What is the difference between sheet, dashboard, and storyboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. We'll be, talking about this more once we will create it. There are few other differences, like in dashboard, you can apply filter to, all the sheets, but in storyboard, the filter doesn't work like that. So there are many more differences. We'll cover all these things once we start working on, creation of storyboard and dashboard. Now, yeah, we were talking about the sample workbook or the dashboard provided by Tableau. So you can, go through these samples. You will know like what are the different ways you can present your data, and how can you, get more, resources to practice on. Now let me go back to the page, main page. Now here, this segment is the most important one. Discover. Why I'm saying that this is most important, because whatever new comes into tableau.com or in the world of Tableau, you'll keep getting that here. What Tableau does, Tableau uses this as a notice board or news board, wherein they publish all of their new activities or a lot of material to the this particular panel. So under this, you can see training, like getting started, connecting to data, visual analytics, understanding Tableau, and few more training videos. So there is a lot of resources provided by Tableau itself. You can go through these from here in your free time. Like at the place of going through YouTube and learning Tableau, I would say if you really want to see videos, why not to see the videos provided by Tableau only, right? So this would be the best source of learning in case you want to use some online resources. Then Viz of the week. So basically, if you go to Tableau Public, so public.tableau.com. Do we have account on this particular portal? Smriti Bio?
No.
Yeah, you can, I would request if you can create a account here. It'll help you to understand the publishing, like, because during the training I will not have Tableau server, right? Wherein you can deploy your workbooks. So we can use Tableau Public in order to deploy, just to make sure that you don't put any confidential data here. It should be all sample data, because whatever you create and publish here will be kind of public. People can see it. So just be
Okay.
sure, yeah, be sure with your data. But yes, for practice purpose, you can treat this as server in order to deploy your workbooks and files. So these are the old, some dashboards which I covered in different trainings and deployed here. And yeah, so this is tableau.public.com. Just create an account. I mean, whenever in your you are free. It's a kind of community followed by Tableau developers. So
Sure.
yeah, you can create your account and you can follow this. Now I'll go back to Tableau Desktop.
So
The last,
is there any other way where I can share our reports? Let's say I have created something which I want to validate or review. So should I only go through this Tableau Public, or is there any other way where I can share one to one or within a group?
I would say it depends on the data. If your data is public, right? Sorry, if your data is confidential, right? Stay away from Tableau Public. Don't put it. Okay, but in case your data is kind of it's a normal data, you can share it with anybody. Do this. See, once you put anything here on Tableau Public, it becomes public. But yes, the best thing what you get this URL, which you can share with anybody, and they can see this particular page. But if you want to share with anybody else in form of URL, in that case, either you need Tableau Online, or I mean, through online only, these are the two ways, either Tableau Online or Tableau Server or this Tableau Public. Through this, you can share your URLs. But if you want to share the file, then there are many ways, right? You can send um, a Tableau workbook, what you have worked on, and other people can see that in Tableau readers. Okay.
Okay, so the recipient has to have a Tableau reader or Tableau online installed in their
No,
machine.
see, let me tell you. See, Tableau Server and Tableau Online, these are for organizations. Individual people cannot have it. I mean, though you can have it, but it will incur a lot of cost.
Yeah.
Right? It's a complete server setup. I remember in 2000 around 14 when I was with Optum. So we kind of procured Tableau server. It cost around $10,000 for a year. So that's a huge cost, right? For individuals, it is not possible. So for them, if they want to share something and they have their data is not confidential, I think Tableau Public is the best way you can share your data,
Okay.
right? But other options are definitely there. You can share the files and all. But file becomes heavy sometimes. So in that case, mail can have some problem. In those scenarios, Tableau Public is the best solution.
Yeah. But let's
Okay.
say if you're sending someone some, let's say, TDS file
Mhm.
or some reports completely in a mail, but they
Mhm.
need to have the Tableau reader installed in their machine to decode that. Or,
Exactly. They need something, right? Either they have Tableau Desktop or minimum Tableau reader is required to see that report. If they don't have any component related to Tableau, like Tableau Reader, Tableau, I'm not talking about Tableau Public, but yes, Tableau Reader has to be there. Without that, they cannot see.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Bio, any questions so far?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, the last segment here, it talks about resources. So, yep, Smriti, you mentioned about Tableau Prep tool, which is kind of the recent integration in Tableau products, and it gives you leverage to kind of see your data, prepare your data for any particular analysis. So that's a kind of we can explore that also, and then a lot of forums and blogs you can access those from here, and whatever the recent update what you get in terms of Tableau product, they kind of keep highlighting that here. So in case right now I have Tableau 2020.1, but they came up with 2020.1.2. That's why it is highlighting here. I can anytime update it. If you have a particular license, you can update anytime. Now, uh, Tableau license comes for a particular year. If you have student license or the license provided for the organizations, it comes up with 1 year of validity, which means within 1 year, whatever versions Tableau is coming up, you can upgrade your Tableau desktop into those versions. So that's a flexibility what we have or Tableau provides to us. Now, in order to know more about Tableau, I think this first page has a lot of information which you can explore, go through it, learn, right? Many more material you will get. Uh, some trainings are there, blogs are there, Tableau community. That is the access of that also what we get using this. But yes, as I said, would request you to create your account on tableau.com as well as public.tableau.com. Both are two websites, two different websites. This is public.tableau.com, and there is another website which is tableau.com. So create your website on these both websites so that you will know everything whichever is going on in the world of Tableau. Product, solutions, learning, community, support, right? What type of support they provide, this knowledge base, different learning paths different type of certificates what Tableau offers. All that information you can get from these two websites. Uh, the good thing what I like about Tableau Public is, like, all across the world, different people create their dashboards and they publish it. They share their creation with the rest of the world. So over here you can see different dashboards. Sometimes you get very good, very beautiful dashboards created by different people, and it's all free. Whenever you want, you can go and download that. So you will know that, okay, what technique this guy has implemented or used in order to create a particular dashboard. Now you can see pineapple and pizza on pizza. So how they have integrated this image here. You can see these logos, right? These are not easily available in Tableau, but you can import those images and use them into the dashboard. I'll tell you, like, once we're working on it, I'll tell you how can you import these images, right? But sometimes when you see things, you ask question yourself that, okay, how it might have happened. So these are the different dashboards what the rest of the world creates. They put it here, and you can learn a lot out of this,
Yeah.
right? A lot of repository, like more than 150 pages, and it's very old, of year 2012. That's why maybe it's not loading. Okay, so this is related to cybersecurity. Okay, fine. So this is all resources. You can go through anytime, ask questions whenever you come across any challenge or which you are not able to understand. Now let me go through further on this particular Tableau Desktop. Okay. Um, we were talking about Tableau Public, the Tableau Public software or the product, which can be used in order to create dashboards or reports. Right. Likewise, Tableau Desktop, we can create reports into Tableau Public also. But the limitations are, you would be able to create only visualization using your file-based system in Tableau Public. You will not be able to connect any server-based system in Tableau Public. That's a difference. So this question might come in your interviews also, like, what is the difference between Tableau Public and Tableau Desktop, right? So you can note it down, like Tableau Public can connect only file-based systems. It cannot connect to server-based systems. Whereas in desktop, you can connect file-based systems as well as server-based systems. Now, another difference would be, whatever I create here in Tableau Desktop, I can save that into my desktop. I can put it into shared drive. I can share that file with anybody via email. I can share that file with anybody by publishing it on Tableau server, Tableau online, or tableupublic.com, right? There are many ways to share your creation which is out of Tableau Desktop. But when you create anything in Tableau Public product, you will not be able to save anything on your local system. You have to have save or publish that into tableupublic.com or public.tableau.com, the website which I shown here. This, anything which is created in Tableau Public product or software cannot be saved on your local system. You cannot share that file with anybody. You will have to save that into tableupublic.com only. That's the only solution. That's the only way to share anything what you create in Tableau Public software. Okay, hope that is clear. The difference between Tableau Desktop and Tableau Public.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, over here you can see saved data sources. So though we saw like sample workbooks here, these workbooks and dashboards were being provided by Tableau only. As soon as you install Tableau on your system, you will see these three options. Similarly, related to or associated with these workbooks, you have these three data sources. One is sample EU superstore, then you have sample superstore, and then word indicators. So you can see like these names are similar to these workbooks. First one is for superstore, then sample superstore is regional. So basically there is a very little difference between first two data sources, and then word indicator is the last one, right? Where you can see these data sources on your system, you need to go to Tableau repository folder, and over here you can see those sample EU superstore, sample superstore, and then you have word indicator. Last two, data extract, data source. Okay, let me expand this. It will give you more clarity. So first two files are XLS, that is worksheet. It's a normal Microsoft Excel worksheet. Then other three, which is of type TDS, Tableau data source. So you can see type Tableau data source. And last one is hyper, that is Tableau extract. So in interviews, people generally ask the extension also. I'm talking about very basic question right now, but yes, these questions normally come in interviews if you go for, with less number of years of experience. So they might ask that, what is a TDS means? Uh, TDX, what is the meaning of TDX? So these questions might come. I'll just go back in this hierarchy a little up.
Satya, did you just say TDX or it is S?
TDSX.
Okay,
Right.
SX.
Right. So there
So
are
this is
many other extensions.
right? Yeah.
Yep. There is one packaged file. This is a normal file. So as soon as you create your Tableau workbook and just save it, it will become TWB.
TWB.
Tableau workbook. Right.
Yeah.
TWBX. There would be TWBX after this. Right. In case of data sources, you will have a different extension. In terms of workbooks or packaged files, you will have a different extension. So
Okay.
here it is, yeah, it's a Tableau workbook. That's why it is TWB. If it will be a packaged file, you will have further X added to this, TWBX. What is the difference between Tableau workbook and packaged file?
Packaged file, I think it is something where we have created some dashboards and storyboard as well, and we are saving all of them together.
So dashboards will be in TWB also, right? Because we create dashboards in TWB only.
Yeah, I mean that will come with the data sources as well. It will not come only with the workbook. Along with that, the data sources which you have used, everything will be packaged together, and it will be there in packaged file.
Right. So we were talking about like how to share workbooks and all. So let's say I created some report or dashboard in a Tableau workbook, and if I want to just save it as, let's say if I just saved it as TWB and share that file with anybody else, right? What would happen as soon as that person will connect to that file, open that file, right? Let's say that person doesn't have access to that particular data source which I used while creating this file. So in that case, that person will not be able to see any visualization because there is no connectivity for him. Okay. So in those scenarios, TWB file is not good if you want to share the files. But if you will save the same dashboard as packaged file TWBX, I'll tell you, once let's say I open this. save as. So this is TWBX. If you save it as TWB, right, which means there is no extract, no images. I mean, let's say you have used images and many things, many external things in your workbook, and you share this workbook with anybody else, they will not be able to see those things. If you want to share every resources, all the resources what you have used while creation of this dashboard, you need to save it as packaged workbook like TWBX. So once you save your workbook as TWBX, then you can share this workbook with anybody, and they will be able to see all the images, all the data, and let's say if you have used some external sources, generally images comes in those context. So images as well as the data, both they will be able to see. But yes, if they don't have access to your actual data source, they will not be able to refresh, but at least they can see what you have created. All right. Any other question?
No.
Okay, let me just click further my Tableau repository. So over here we have another folder called shapes, and inside of this shape we have different folders called arrows, bars, bug tracking, gender, KPI. Do we have any idea like what is the use of these folders? Do we see these things somewhere in Tableau? Let me click on any of these. Let's see if I go and click on KPI. These are the images. Okay, now I'll go to Tableau, and over here just select shapes. On this shape, I'll click on this one. What do you see? I'll go to KPI. Aren't these the same thing? What we have here in this particular folder,
Yeah.
right? Which means inside Tableau, whatever you see as part of your shapes, they are located on your system in this particular hierarchy called shapes. Inside folder, you have everything what you can see here. Same folders. Let's say if I say rating, go back to that folder, click on ratings, you will have same thing. This gives you idea, like if you want to use your own images downloaded from Google, downloaded from, maybe clicked on your mobile. If you want to use those images in Tableau, in your reports or dashboards, you can anytime create a new folder here, say my images, put anything here. Let me see if I have anything on my desktop. Control N. I don't have any images right now. Okay. Fine. I'll just download something from Google. We'll put one image here. let's say copy image. We'll go here and paste. Save image. We'll go to same location called documents. Then I will go to Tableau repository, then shapes, and my images. I'll save it here. Okay. I just saved it. Now you can see one file I can see here. Not sure there is a different data file type, but I will go to Tableau again. We'll say shapes, more shapes. Right now I don't see that folder. First of all, let me open this Tableau once again. You need to refresh everything, right? Once you create something new. So I'll just open the Tableau once again. So that it will reload. Cancel. Text. Sorry. I need to select shapes. Reload shapes. Nope. I have not got anything yet. I think I need to put a proper image first of all. Maybe PNG or JPG format. Okay. Okay, got two PNG files. And then we'll open Tableau again. Shapes. So now you can see my images is here inside, this list. If I select this my images, you will see only those two images what I just pasted here or downloaded from Google. Which means you can create your own images from Google and then use them inside of Tableau. Is this clear?
Yes, Satya, it's clear.
Bayo, did you understand this? In case of, if you have any question, I can repeat the steps. Okay, let's move. Oh, yeah, Bayo, I can see you on unmute now. Okay, so I'll just. Okay, we'll just cancel this, and I'll go back to that folders. So shapes, we saw like how can we add more shapes. Then services, it's a basically internal to Tableau. We don't use this configuration file generally. Workbooks, we already know like by default Tableau will save that here. Then map sources. So we know like we can create charts in Tableau which are map based, like geographical locations and all. There could be scenarios when you need to create your own map. Am I making sense? Can we create our own map? Does this question sounds right? Everyone?
No.
Okay. What do you think, Bio? Can we create our own map?
Without we can only create a map with data when we have our data.
No, yeah, data is fine. What question? What I'm asking, like generally we have geographical maps, right? Like map of America or the whole world. But
Okay.
would there be a requirement that we want to create our own custom map? Is it
No.
possible? Okay. So let me tell you here, we do need, I mean, sometimes we need to create our custom map, right? I can give you scenarios, many scenarios. For example, let's say if I ask Smriti Ranjan, you are from which state you are from?
I'm from Odisha.
Odisha. Okay. Do we have metro there?
No.
Okay. Actually, I don't know. That's why I asked. But yes,
Yeah.
for example, in Delhi, right, or any particular state, you have map of metro, right? So that route will go like this and this, or maybe any particular route, right? For even for a building, you need to have a map like where is a restroom, where is a conference room, where is pantry, where are the different rooms. We do need such type of maps. Okay, we can create those things here and plot against the data. Tableau gives you those features, so you can create your custom map. Okay, map is not always related to a country, city, or state. You need to create maps related to a building, right? That's basically your architectural design, not architectural design, I would say, but yes, your like yeah, your design, like how different rooms are being, how many rooms are there. These type of maps are required, and we can, with help of images and data, we can plot different numbers on these things. So I'll take some scenario once we will start working on the data and map concept. I'll share uh, some of the such maps which are not related to any geographical location. Okay, another map scenario could be Tableau provides you these maps which you have by default created here. Okay, depending on data they will enable or disable here. But there is one more scenario. Smriti and Abayo both. Just listen this question. Let's say all of a sudden the whole world come to know that there is a new island, right? Around that island there is a small kind of village kind of structure, or there is some buildings on that island. If you need to represent that here in Tableau, would you be able to do it in a single day, or would it be possible like as soon as that island appears on the earth, it will automatically come and appear into this?
No.
No, right?
No.
So how can we do the reporting on those type of maps?
Then maybe we have to create it by customizing the existing map.
Exactly, that's the first way of doing it. You can just take the pic of that island and put it here and then map the coordinates, right? You would be able to see what is the total data element, maybe population, number of building, all that. You can do that. The other way of the beauty of Tableau is you can configure any latitude and longitudinal information in Tableau, irrespective of their shape, size, color, anything. If you have latitude and longitudinal information, you can map your plot or image here. I'll show you. So in Tableau, you see there is a map tab. Under this map, you have background maps. Basically, background map is nothing but the images which I was talking about. Geocoding is the coding or the coordinates which you can import from Excel sheet. So this geocoding will be nothing but your latitude and longitudinal information. If you have those two coordinates, irrespective of the location, the shape, size, you can plot that map in Tableau. It will show you that structure basis the coordinate. So this is the beauty of Tableau, which you can apply, right? We'll be doing all the practicals on these things. Right now, I was just talking about the capability. So this folder map sources basically creates a repository. Once you do any type of those activities, this folder takes that repository and saves that data here. Logs are simple, as it sounds. Whenever you create anything, Tableau automatically creates logs and it saves that thing for further use. For maybe for optimization, maybe for tracking errors. So for those things, it uh, considers that here. Extensions. So extension could be like, let's say, you added a kind of custom connectors. So Tableau provides these native connectors here. These are all native connectors through which you can connect and get data into Tableau. But Tableau provides you, one option called Web Data Connector, through which you can create your custom connector and get data into Tableau. Yeah, you can see here like what is this? Use a connector, build a connector. So if you are a developer, you know how to develop APIs and all. You can create your own custom connectors. And whenever you will create a custom connector and add into your Tableau, Tableau will show that information or create some repository into extension folders. So this is for that particular thing. Let's say if I ask you like, if I ask you to create a dashboard, this is the comments which you are getting, on your Twitter profile, right? So this web connector can give you that option. You can track your profile and get continuous feeds or tweets which you are getting on your profile. They will look into your dashboard. So you can do the connectivity with your Twitter profile, Facebook profile, and get those tweets and comments in that particular dashboard using Web Data Connector or extension. Data sources is nothing but the type of connectors what you use. It will automatically create replica here so that you can use anytime in future. Going back to connectors, so these are again the native connectors what you use, right? Extensions are going to be the custom connectors like APIs and all. Connectors are going to have your native connectors. And then bookmarks is basically, okay, what is bookmarks in layman term?
Something, a template kind of thing which you want to reuse later point of time.
Yep, very close, very close. So I would not say template, but it's a kind of reference to any resource which you want to use very frequently, right? So you need not to go ahead and kind of create or maybe get it from scratch. You will have reference, you just click on it and you get it. So in the same way, in Tableau, you can create bookmarks to your report. Basically, bookmarks like, let's say, tooltip we already have, right? So tooltip, basically, if you hover your mouse on a particular data element, it will show the details. In the same way, bookmarks are there. If you just bookmark something, it will always stay there unless you don't delete it. So it's a reference making thing which Tableau provides. So if you create any bookmark in your Tableau dashboard, you will have some reference into this particular folder. So my intention today was to tell you about what all the features in the Tableau which you get on the very first page. I'm not talking about the detailed implementation side or creation of any reports and all, but the resources which are available on the home page, which you can utilize as your first day. Go about it, explore it, right? Learn about more connectors, and then the folder repository, because this is very, very important. As we go further, we create anything, you will have some reference into these folders. And while sharing your dashboard in the form of packaged workbook, this folder location plays very, very, very important role, because whatever do you do in your Tableau desktop, these folders get impacted. And while sharing, if you don't share these things, like if you don't share your packaged workbook with any of the recipients, they will not get any of your custom solution. So this is very important. Any questions, guys, before I move on to the next topic?
No, Satya, it's clear to me.
Bio, do you have any question? Bio, are you able to hear me?
No question.
Okay. I mean, hope you are understanding everything. I mean, I'm not going technical today, but I'm talking about the different theoretical part, concept, the way Tableau works. So
Yes.
yeah. All right. Now, as the next topic, I'm going to just connect to one of the data sample what Tableau provides. I'll just connect to a simple Excel sheet, and then we will see like what are the different steps which we need to follow while doing any type of data connectivity, and before we get into an analysis side. So over here, I'll just say connect. I'll click on Excel because I want to connect to a Excel file right now. We'll just click it. And then Tableau folder automatically opens. It will allow you to browse through your files. Now, as I said, that Tableau automatically provides some data sources. For example, Superstore, EU Superstore, and word indicators. So I'll go to Documents folder once again. Go to my Tableau repository. We'll go to Data Sources. And over here, I'll just select the latest folder, which is 2020.1. Under that, I have two Excel files. Because I selected Excel, that's why I'm getting two files here right now. But earlier, when we were exploring, we saw many other files too. For example, if I go to Data Sources, 2020.1, over here, you can see around 6 files are there, right? However, once I browse the same folder using Tableau, after selecting Excel, I'm getting only two files which are Excel based. Though you can go here and select all files, you will see everything, right? So no magic here. It is simple, the type of file which I selected. Now I'll just select Excel back again, and we'll select Sample Superstore. We'll say open. And as soon as we do that, we get this particular tab, which was not visible earlier. Now, in next 30 minutes, we'll talk only about this tab, right? On this tab here, starting from the top, you have this colorful Tableau logo, which will allow you to go back to the start page. This will also go back. I mean, this is the kind of do, undo, and redo. This is there to refresh your data source. And this is the connection name which Tableau has created automatically. Now, when I say automatically, basically we connected to our Excel file. And over here, you can see it's a name of Excel file. And then you have Microsoft Excel, like the type of connection what we have just made, right? Then you have add option, which means Tableau allows you to create multiple connections in one particular workbook, right? Which means it gives you flexibility to get your data from Excel, from SQL Server, from text file, from any data source which Tableau is allowed to connect in one go, or in particular one workbook. You can create many data sources, many connections, and get data from different sources into one workbook. And then again, I mean, there would be few more options like joins and all. Those operations you can apply here. Under this,
Satya, can you repeat, please?
okay, what I was saying, using this add option, you can connect to more data sources. So far, I've connected to Excel. You can connect to maybe X Access or SQL Server right here, which means you can get, for one particular workbook, you can get data from different data types or data sources, right? Let me not say type, I would say data sources. In one workbook, I can get data from text file, I can get data from Excel file, I can get data from Microsoft SQL Server.
Yeah, but do we need to create something like in BO, we create a universe where I mean, a schema kind of thing where we define the relationship between tables so that
Yeah,
those can be used together.
right. So that's what I was talking about. First of all, you will connect to those sources. Then you will be able to access those objects, right? And after getting the objects, you can define a relationship. Basically, it will not be kind of, a kind of data warehouse tool, but yes, you will be able to join those fields, right? You will be able to join the data coming from different sources, basis few fields, so that you can, work on a particular final view, right? I think
Okay,
it will
so
not be.
we'll be creating any semantic layer kind of thing here.
Okay, let me show you, right? Don't get confused. I'll tell you that how exactly you do it. Okay, I'll show you. Right now, I've just created one Excel sheet. Fine. Let me connect to another Excel sheet, or maybe let me just check if I have another data in terms of text file. Okay, let me take this one. I'll just put this file also there. I can connect here from here also. It is not in the Tableau repository folder, but I'll be able to connect. I'll just say like this, go connect to Microsoft Excel. It's on my desktop, so we'll go there, test data, and then we'll say open. Okay, so I have just connected to two Excel sheets. One is sample superstore, another one is my test data. Fine. Now it's up to me the way how I want to design a relation between these two sheets. So let me just remove this for a moment. This was the actual screen which we were getting earlier. Now what I want, as I have selected sample superstore, I can see related sheets here like orders, people, and return. These were the three different sheets under this sample superstore. If I select test data, my second Excel sheet, I can see there is only one sheet. So this is how you can connect to multiple things. But now the next thing comes to your question, how to define a relationship between these two data sources so that we can analyze our data. In order to do that, what I would do, I have selected test data. We'll drag this sheet here, sheet 1. I can see the data of sheet 1 right now, but I'm not getting anything from my sample superstore until this time. What I'm going to do now, I'll select that data source. We'll be able to see these sheets here. Maybe I can select orders. We'll drag it here, right? And now you can see another screen or pop-up which talks about joins. My data is coming from two different sources. I'm allowed to join that here. How many type of joins are there? 4. Inner join, left join, right join, and full outer join. Now it's up to you what relation you want to drive here. Maybe I want my field 1 coming from sheet 1 to be joined with maybe category of orders, right? So this is the layer where you define the relation between multiple data sources. I can have one more sheet dragged here, and I can have further join. Smriti, is it making sense?
Yes, Satya.
Right.
So this
Bio,
will
do
be
you have?
specific to this particular worksheet, or can be used across the worksheet, Satya, or textbooks?
Can you please repeat your question?
Is this relationship which you are defining, the schema which you are creating right now, is it
Mhm.
limited to this particular worksheet, or we can use it in other worksheets and dashboards as well?
Whatever sheets you are dragging here, this relation will stick to those sheets only. So right now I have 3 sheets, right? Sheet 1 from data source test data, and these 2 sheets are coming from sample superstore.
So
So
this relationship we can use in sheet one, right? I mean, in the worksheet one, in this only
yes,
for
yes,
this,
yes. Yeah,
not in
only
other.
for this. No, not in others. Whatever sheets I will drag into this layer, this relation will stick to those sheets only,
Okay.
right? Now, right now we are working on Excel sheets. So that's why you see only worksheets. In case you are working on SQL Server, in case you are connected to SQL Server or any database, so in that case, the object list will show you the tables, it will show you stored procedures, it will show you all the views. And the same thing again, you can drive the relation between different stored procedures, different tables, different functions in the same way here.
Yes.
Bio, is it going good, or do you have any question?
Yeah. No, it's going good. If I have a question, I'll let you know.
Okay, great. So I'll just remove all other sheets right now. We'll just keep one, right? So we can have multiple tables, multiple objects from one data source. We can have different objects from different data sources, join them here, and we can have our view created like this. Okay. Now, Smriti, you might have another question. Let's say I have 2 sheets here. Maybe, I mean, not in the current scenario, but it is possible that because Excel sheet has a limitation, right? We cannot have a lot of data in one sheet, or maybe sometimes we cannot have our all the data in one sheet. We need to have multiple sheets in Excel. So if I want to combine those 2 sheets, not by join, but by union, right? So Tableau gives you that union capability here. You can vertically join your data coming from different data sources. So joining one table to another and doing union between one table to another, both the things are possible here. Yeah. Okay. Now moving to other things, definitely you have option to change the name of your data source. So anytime if you want, you can change the name of your data source. And then you have these options here again. These two I will just talk later, but right now this filters. So I know, like, once we are inside of sheet, we have filter pane here and we can do a lot of filtration. But In case your requirement is that to filter out some data on the connection level, which means you don't even want your data to go for analysis. In that case, you can apply some of the filters over here, right here on this screen, which is related to your dashboard. Now I'll just click on this add filters. It opens another pop-up, and in this pop-up you have filter and detail. I'll just click on add, and I would be able to see all the fields coming from my data. Okay, let me switch because it's field 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doesn't make much sense. I'll just connect to this sample superstore so that it will be better for you. Okay, I'll just drag orders. Now you have a meaningful name for these columns. So I'll repeat that step again. Add, and now you can see like category, city, country, customer ID, customer name, discount, order. Okay, all the columns which are there in my data source, you can see those columns as a list here. Now let's see, I want to apply filters only on some of the product names, or maybe I can take country. We'll say okay. Okay, so in this case, I have only one country, so that doesn't make sense to apply filter here. It's only one country in my data. I'll just go ahead and change it. Maybe I can put, let's say, region. Now in this case, I have 4 regions in my data, and I want analysis to be done only on central, east, and west zones. I don't want any analysis to be carried out on south data or data related to south region. So in that case, I'll just select this option, these 3 things, and can click OK. Right? So this activity is going to show data related to only those 3 regions what I selected. Right? This was the positive side of the filter. I mean, I'm not talking about negative, positive, but yes, this was like I selected 3, I can see data of 3. But Tableau gives you option that in case you want these 3 to be excluded, you don't want the data of these 3 regions to go in analysis, you just want one region to go for analysis. In that case, you can either select only that particular region, or you can click on exclude. It is going to hide data related to these 3 regions and will show only south region data into view so that you can do the further analysis. Right? Without making change in the selection list, I just clicked on this exclude or include option. Right? So this is there. You can play with this filter option because there would be a lot of work around these filters as we go forward. Now, not only these filters, right? I'll just do use all right now here, but on wildcard, let's say you have some description related to products, or maybe some description related to this particular region field, because I selected region field, right? So on this particular region field, you can apply wildcards also. Now, what is wildcard? Any idea? Anybody?
Let's say we want to allow something irrespective of checking the condition. We just want to allow or something. We just wanted to set an exception for few things. So we take that as a wild.
I need some examples.
Like let's say we are listing all the names of the fruit, but we have a lemon there, and we want that okay, if lemon we don't know whether it's a fruit or not, but still if it is a lemon we want to include that.
But that you can do from here only, right? Isn't it?
So coming to this case, let's say we don't want to include the south part, but we want Bangalore there in this list, so we can add that to our wildcard. So
Okay, so
while rest other cities from south are excluded, only Bangalore will be included.
I think by wildcard, what you are saying is right, but that scenario will not be applicable here. Right? You're telling that Bangalore comes in south, but you don't want other things to be included except Bangalore in this analysis. So I mean, but if I go by actual meaning of wildcard, you are right. Okay, but over here wildcard works as a, let's say there is a description, right? And I want to include all the names or all the values where a particular keyword appears. Okay,
Okay.
right? Contains is the exactly same. I want all the keywords, let's say where maybe Bangalore ban is coming, right?
Yeah.
Or any particular keyword. So it's a kind of keyword based search, maybe starts with, ends with, or exactly matches, so you can apply that. So it's a simple, like in SQL queries, if you know, like or
Yeah.
not exactly like, but um, contains. So all
Regex.
those, yes. So there is any similarity you would like to include that. So it is, wildcard works in that way. Then you have conditions. So conditions, basically you can apply top, on a particular field, you can apply different conditions, you can write your custom formula here. So these things will come as we go forward. We'll be using these conditions or this top filter uh, once we start working on analysis side, because you will get exactly the same pop-up and window there also. So we'll talk more there in
Yeah.
details. Yeah. But right now, let me use all and go from here. Empty formula, none. Anytime if you want to remove a filter, you can click on remove, edit, add further more filters, you can do that. So it won't be any challenge. And this is all you are doing on your data source layer right now, connection layer, where you can play with your data. Now, another good thing about Tableau is, like, as soon as you are connected with your data, right? Tableau automatically identifies the data type. So in this field, like first field, you can see hash sign here. In the second field, you can see ABC. In the third field, you can see it's a calendar-like icon. In fourth, again, it's a calendar-like icon. So what Tableau does, it automatically identifies the data type of your field and it shows that particular icon. So if you click here, though you can see all other options here, but by default, the whole number is selected. So this hash sign is nothing but the numerical sign. Then ABC is for string fields. Calendar icon is for date and date time fields. And one more icon is there, which is related to country, region, city, and state. Here you can see a globe icon. So that shows this particular field belong to your geographical location, right? It shows that this field represents a geographical location. So this is how Tableau automatically identifies and tells you. Now there is one more thing. My first field 1234, which is the row ID, it is in blue hash sign. But as we go towards end, here 2, 3, 4, 5 and all other fields are in green hash sign. What is the difference between this blue and green? I hope it is visible properly on screen. Last four fields are green hash sign and first field was blue hash sign. Why color discrimination is there?
Green means something which is continuous, and blue shows the discrete values.
What is discrete and continuous?
Um, Continuous means where there is a continuity. Let's say it's not random,
Mhm.
but the blue ones are random values, something like.
Okay, I mean, true,
I
but
mean,
not.
individually, those are separate from each other. Means there is no link.
Mhm.
When we then we call it discrete, but continuous means like without any interruption, or which is giving a continuous hierarchy or logic, a
Mhm.
pattern.
Okay. Why would you like to add anything here?
I know for Tableau, uh, the blue means is a measure, and the green means is a dimension.
Okay, that is true, but why Tableau does this discrimination? I mean, what is the actual meaning of continuous and discrete? I think Smriti was going right, but again, I'm not convinced with the difference of discrete and continuous.
So that way we can drill up, drill down. If we see a trend or pattern, we can plot that. It will be easy for Tableau to suggest us what reports or chart we should go for.
Okay. Um, can you give some other examples? Or let me ask you one question. Okay. If I ask you how much is your weight, right? What is your weight? What would be your answers?
80 kg.
80 kg, right? It can
Yeah.
be 80.1 kg also. It can be 80.2 kg also,
Yes.
right? But if I say how many students are there in this particular batch, what would be the
It
number?
will be a whole number always.
It will always be whole number, right? I cannot say that there are 8.2 students in this particular batch or 8.5 students are there in this batch. I cannot say, right? That's not even possible.
Yeah.
So there are few numbers or few, fields which will always be whole numbers. They cannot be continuous. So anything which can have decimal figures will be known as continuous because we
Okay.
can have thousand of numbers between those two ends. Basically, let's say if I say how many number can be between 1 and 2. So if you talk in discrete format, nothing can be between 1 and 2. But if you talk in continuous format, there can be million of or infinite number between 1 and 2, right? As many decimal points you want to take, you can take. So continuous means there is a continuity. It was your sentence, which was 100% right. But in case of discrete, we cannot break a number into decimal points. So Tableau is smart enough here because row ID, it can never be 1.5, 1. It can never be in decimal. So that's why Tableau has shown row ID as blue, but all other fields which are numeric in green. Over here we have full numbers only, right? But it's quantity. Sorry. Yeah, it's a quantity. It has, given, though it seems wrong to me, right? Quantity cannot be 1.5. Right? If I say I want 5 computers, I cannot have 5.5 computers. So this quantity cannot be continuous, but Tableau has shown it green. I will always have flexibility to convert this into discrete. Okay, but the logic behind the color is continuous and discrete only. Hope this makes
Okay,
sense.
then. Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So just I think it's already 11:23. Sorry, 27. I'll just wrap up few things faster. See over here, you can sort your data, go through all these options. You can change the name of your fields, change the data type from here if you want. All those things you can do from this particular page itself. Sometimes let's say over here product ID. So you can see like FUR, then OFF. First three characters are different. FUR means furniture, OFF means office, and similarly TEC means technology related product. So if you want the abbreviation to be in a separate field, you can do that also. You can split your field into 2, 3, 4, as many, number of subfields. If you want, you can do that. So all that, split, work on particular your data, you can perform those operations here. I'll not go further today. We'll continue tomorrow from this particular screen. We left with this connection types, live and extract. We'll cover it tomorrow. But yes, before we drop today, I would like to, request you, all of you, please go through all these things. I mean, we have not covered anything technical. We just covered the theory part today, but just try to, cover all these things so that whatever questions you have, feel free to ask on WhatsApp group or maybe tomorrow in the session, so that we make sure that whatever we covered so far is clear to everyone, right? And before we drop, please feel free to ask questions if you have anything for today.
Satya, do we have a WhatsApp group created already, or do we need to create it?
I'll just create that. I mean, right now, I said that individually you can reach out to me, but if you want, I can create a group. Okay, I'll just create that group. I think that would be better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Bio, do you have any question before we leave today?
No question.
Yep. But Bio and Smriti, please go ahead and create your accounts on tableau.com and tableaupublic.com, so that as we go, I mean, from tomorrow, I think we will start creating something, basic visualization, but yes, we'll start creating. So you can publish those things on a particular server so that you can, reference back in future whenever you want. Okay.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, assignment, in terms of assignment, just create your account first of all and start playing with the home page, basically. Not the complete, I would say, just see all the options available. Maybe you can explore these training videos or anything on this home page. Okay.
Yeah. Sure, Satya.
All right then. So that was all for today. In case you have any question or any thoughts for improvement, please do let me know so that we can include that for, future sessions.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Yeah.